I am the mayor of Dalton, and I'm also the first female, youngest African American supervisor in the largest township in the state of Illinois. I am over 17 cities, including my own. So, of course, that made a lot of people mad, right? But they said make them matter, right? That's what we're doing. So, I'm here today to say I'm standing on business to feed the people. But what people don't understand how I work with this little fake politics world is that they feed them and not y'all. So I've been standing on business by feeding you guys first and making sure you eat and they starve.
All right, Dalton, buckle up. This circus is in a full swing. It looks like it's about to end right here. So Tiffany Hayard is throwing everything but the kitchen sink into this last-minute attempt to cling to power. Early voting ends today and tomorrow. Will Dalton continue down the same path, or will the voters hit the reset button? In the past few days, Hayard has went full social media mode, going out there posting a lot of content.
I just want to make sure you know more facts so that you can better judge the people that's trying to stay in office and keep up the corruption that's going in. Because your board of trustees is stealing y'all, and I'm about to show y'all what they've been stealing and how they've been stealing and all the people involved. And the reason for me not giving certain receipts, because y'all better believe that I gave that to the proper authorities.
And I'm just basically blaming the trustees, playing the victim, and out of nowhere throwing just wild accusations at a firefighter, claiming a Dalton fireman was involved in a stolen fire truck incident. It's going off the rails. So we're going to break down some of the stuff right here. We're going to look at Hayard's last-minute strategy for blame, misdirection, and political theater, the financial crisis that's in Dalton, obviously, and this absurd firefighter accusation that screams desperation. And also, it's quite possible that she may throw another receipt, if you want to call it that, later today. So this video may not even be finished yet. I'm going to have to add something else as the day go on. So we'll see. This is her last stance right here. When a politician is backed into a corner, you expect them to fight. Hayard isn't just fighting, she is throwing a tantrum. In the past week, she made it clear that nothing is ever her fault.
You guys know people been keeping me tied up in court and always accusing people of things and never got no proof of anything, but just accuse you of stuff. And it said that people are judging people off false allegations and no real facts. I don't like that. So I just always try to talk to that and let residents know that, hey, I've done nothing wrong. I've always been true to y'all. I will continue to stand up for the voiceless, but I just want you to understand that people have been judging me off of, you're guilty, you're guilty, you're guilty. I'm guilty of what? Loving on y'all, helping y'all, supporting y'all? Like, stop. Like, I've done nothing. And I've told you guys this several times.
Now she's accusing Trustee House of financial misconduct, claiming that he misused funds. He was under some kind of federal scrutiny. He was even questioned by the federal agents regarding financial activities. We talked about it in the last video. And also, interesting enough, Jason House talked about this months ago with Nate the lawyer about this situation.
There was a board meeting in which she said the FBI was on you. And
sick of it. Trustee House, you've been picked up by the feds, right? The FBI got you at the U.S. Bank building, right? They came and seized your computer and everything, right? But you won't tell the people that. Y'all don't tell the people nothing, but yet y'all point the finger. Don't get me started.
And they had raided your house and took your computer and tell the truth, tell the truth. What's up with that? Did that happen? Are you under FBI surveillance?
No, and I thank you for that opportunity to talk about this and everything else. No, that never happened. I was never picked up. My computer was never taken. I'll tell you what the offbeat, or what she's trying to allude to on that matter is that many years ago I took a job working for a gentleman that was my mentor and my friend, because I've been in the finance industry for many years now, for virtually my entire career. And then ultimately the gentleman ended up having an investigation performed where there was a search warrant served on his home as well as his business. And she's trying to connect me to that person. And I say that at this moment that he's been deceased for 4 years. So that she's trying to draw some kind of connection that really doesn't exist. It's untruthful. I was never picked up. I was never taken anywhere. And that's why I reminded the residents at the last meeting, there's only one person on the board that has a mugshot.
But Hania is playing the I am the victim playbook. So she's saying that the trustees are blocking her from helping the people. She was unfairly removed by the village bank accounts, and trustees have wasted money on legal fights instead of helping the residents. On the trustee side, they're saying, hey, listen, she was removed from the bank accounts because she was caught signing checks without approval. She spent over $1.5 million in police overtime, mostly for her own personal security detail. And they're saying that the village is on the brink of financial disaster under her leadership.
So just to clear this up so the residents and everybody know what's going on, basically this board of trustees have put the village in financial despair. They put us in court several different times. If anyone's not following, they cost us over $600,000 for a recall for this attorney to get paid off of.
I mean, 2 comments on this one. One is what was conveniently omitted was the lawsuit the mayor's office filed against the board because the mayor's name was removed off the bank account. That case is still pending. However, at this time, the judge reviewed the facts, as Trustee Steve generally says. So I want to channel my inner Trustee Steve and say the judge reviewed the facts of the case, saw all the evidence put in front of us, and has still determined that the mayor's name should not be placed back on the bank account.
That's not true.
That's not a loss. That's still something that was done through legislative council. Point 2, and as I heard the administrator making his comments on the cases, I'm approximating here, so please correct me again. I heard 2 cases that had $121,000 from Olson Stirk and $198,000, which estimates about $330,000 worth of legislative council fees. The mayor comes and says 600,000, $1 million, $1.5 million.
It's $1 million.
But again, it was just read into the record by the village administrator, the amounts. I would also comment that the $300,000 that we're speaking of in terms of fees, one, would not be there if we follow proper process and procedure. That's the reason we end up in court.
Rather than explaining why Dalton is broke and bleeding money, Hania is hoping voters will fall for the last minute. You call it theatrics, call it receipts, depends on what side you're on. Hania keeps talking and rapping about helping the people, feeding the people. But if you look on the other side, the trustees are saying when you look at the numbers, the only person that she is working for is herself. So let's talk about the ice skating rink debacle. Lori Lightfoot's investigation found nearly $50,000 worth of synthetic ice and skates were spent.
I've been building an ice skating rink, a roller skating rink, outdoor, bigger than Rockefellers. Did I get any news play on that? Nothing.
Hania denies knowing anything about it, then held an event at the rink. The purchases were in the official village records. So of course she knew. Trustees were also blocked from seeing village financial reports for months. And when they finally got access, they found unauthorized spending.
So my signature will always get approved as it relates to going into a bank. The clerk only contests to my signature. I don't need 2 signatures. I don't need her to cash a check. I do not. It has always been that way, and it is that way.
Hania ballooned police overtime by 150% in just 1 year. Mind you, again, this is a village of around 20-something thousand people. More taxpayer money was spent protecting her than the entire community. Eliminating her security entourage alone could have saved on over $1 million a year. So these are the reasons why the trustees fought to remove her from financial control. And instead of answering, she's just flipping the script and playing the victim. But let's get into this Firefighter accusation, because the desperation is at 1,000% level. Just when you thought the nonsense couldn't get any wilder, Hania decides to go after a Dalton firefighter. This is a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works out for her. So the scandal that she's pushing, this video just dropped today.
I'm ordering an investigation of Trustee House, Trustee Belcher, and this fireman regarding the cover-up and pay-to-play on contract there. The writing's on the wall, residents. I need you to come out on February 25th and help you get rid of corruption in the village of Dalton.
She's pointing out that incident report that happened from May of 2024, trying to make it sound like the firefighter was involved in something ridiculously shady. So this video right here talking about a fire truck was stolen while firefighters were inside grabbing food. The truck was later found abandoned behind a semi-trailer. No arrests have been made, no evidence of wrongdoing by the firefighter. Nothing that I can see right now. Why is Hania bringing this up now? To distract you, probably, plain and simple. And I can see this move backfiring really hard. Attacking a firefighter just before an election seems like a really bold and not too bright of a move. Firefighters are among the most respected public servants. This ain't the cops. That's why there isn't any song saying F the firefighters. It doesn't make any sense. This stunt can seriously turn voters against her. The timing is also sketchy, but I understand it's desperation mode. This happened months ago, but now she's suddenly making it into the issue on the literal last day of early voting. And where is the evidence? The official report doesn't support her claims. It's just a case of a stolen fire truck. It was just a case of a stolen truck that was later found. This is a classic case of trying to change the conversation, but the residents voting tomorrow, they will have the final say. So tomorrow, Dalton voters have a choice to keep the situation or find a new mayor. At its core, this election is about the trust, accountability, and leadership. When you look at this election, what it really comes down to, can Dalton survive another Haynier term? Will leadership be honest about the spending? Public safety, will the resources go to protecting the citizens or just the mayor? And can Dalton leadership work together instead of being this circus that we've seen the last couple of years? So Haynier's last minute blame game with distractions suggests that she knows she's in trouble. After 4 years of scandals, Dalton voters may finally be ready to say enough. And I would say for Haynier's recent campaign strategy, this is a masterclass on basically political panic mode. From dodging financial accountability to making bizarre accusations, it sounds like it's clear that she's not running on results, she's running on distractions. But we'll see what the Dalton voters actually do. We'll be live tomorrow, just checking out the results of the election. This is the primary between Jason House and Tiffany Haynier, so check it out tomorrow as well. I'll probably put the link in the description box below. But what do you guys think? What do you think is gonna happen tomorrow? Do you think the Dalton voters will vote against Tiffany Haynier? Let me know, put in the comments below. Thank you for taking time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.